guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alima. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it by subscribing, hit the like button down below, and also put on your notification bell so as to be notified each time I post new and amazing content. Earlier in the week, I saw a movie on Netflix, so I just thought I should talk about it because the movie is interesting. It has great cast. The message was very strong. Trust me, I know a lot of Nigerians do not like to watch Nigerian movies on Netflix, but this one is a good one. Definitely a good watch.
I'm not the enemy here. That's the baby's hand. Okay, let me explain. What is normal about another man sleeping with you?
5 million.
Why is she doing this? Why now?
I need to know every single detail as your lawyer.
Alright.
I saved you from shame and disgrace. I don't care. I saved you from the jaws of poverty.
So I'll just talk about the movie a bit, then I'll talk about the message and what I think about the movie. And also, if you're interested in this video, please do keep watching. Okay, so the movie is about a couple that's played by Kunle Remi and Osas Ighodaro. It has Aduni Ade as Kunle Remi's sister. It has Shafi Bello as Kunle Remi's mom. First of all, Kunle Remi is Yoruba, Osas is Igbo. Osas is older than Kunle Remi. They got married and they have issues with procreating. That's they had infertility problem, which is not coming from Kunle, it's coming from Osas, because it's not like she couldn't get pregnant. She was getting pregnant, but she was unable to carry the pregnancy to term. So she had lost about 8. She has carried like 8 pregnancies and she miscarried every one of it. So they came to the conclusion of doing IVF and getting a surrogate mother to carry their child, which didn't sit well with Shafi Bello as the groom's mom. She was very she was so mad about this whole thing, always talking down on Osas. Oh, why are you not a woman? Are you not ashamed of yourself? How can you say that you can't carry pregnancy to term? You this, you that, you this, you that. So she was always talking down on her, and this actually had its toll on Osas, because she actually contemplated suicide, and it was just so depressing to watch and all. But then again, they made the decision to get a surrogate mother to carry their child. Then the surrogate mother was played by Kehinde Bankole, who was at that point in time was playing Osas PA. So there was this day that she was so down, and a PA came to the house and saw her in that state and asked her what the problem was. She explained and said they were looking for a surrogate mother and they were willing to pay, they are willing to pay so amount, blah blah blah. And she and her husband, who was played by Femi Adebayo, they were struggling couples and they needed money, and or they had a child, they had a son, but things were difficult for them and all. Femi Adebayo was a soldier in the movie. He was never around. So she saw it as an opportunity to make money. So she went home, she told her husband, and he vehemently kicked against it and was like, no, I can't watch another man touch my wife, blah 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 blah. So she made him understand that no, that's not how it works. Okay, this is how the surrogacy works. They are going to get an egg, they are going to harvest an egg, fertilize it with the husband's sperm, that's Kunle Remi's sperm, then just put it into her, put it inside her own uterus, so she would be able to carry the child. So the child is just supposed to grow in her, and she's just going to push it out at 9 months. She explained to her husband, and when she mentioned the amount that was involved, and he was like, it's not like, babe, I did not want to agree, but I cannot just watch another man touch my wife. And when he had the money for the story just changed, so money, they say, rules all things. Okay, so back to the story. Whilst she agreed to carry the whole thing, and the whole process thing started. They had the contract, blah blah blah. Okay, so fast forward to when there was a day she called, that's Kehinde Bankole called, her name was Kemi in the movie. She called Osas that like something bad had happened. Her son was rushed to the hospital. Her son choked on fish bone and he died in the process. It was a difficult moment for her because she was carrying somebody else's child, and then again her own child that she was nurturing just died. So it was like a different ball game for her. She didn't know how to act and all. Osas and her own husband, they were there for her. Even though her husband was always not around, they were there for her. At the point, they even had to, you know, travel to the US for her to give birth to the baby and all. So when they got back, they, you know, they came back with the son. It was a baby boy. They came back and life went on. Remi trying to show gratitude, go to their house. Okay, the plan was just to pay them 5 million naira for the whole surrogacy thing. Then at the long run, they were just so grateful, and also they gave them additional 20 million, which they didn't want to even collect at the first instance. But when Femi Adebayo saw the money, it was like, thank you, no, but you know, now when you're trying not to collect something, but then again you're trying to collect it all at the same time. Okay, so they established themselves. She started a business and all. The day Remi came to give them the money, he told them that they were traveling, they were, you know, relocating to the US, blah blah blah. They wanted to change the environment with their son, and that was how they went. So fast forward to like 7 years later, Femi Adebayo died at war. So she was all alone. We just saw that her friend was persuading her to give another guy a chance, and she was like, okay, no problem. Then they went to this eatery to eat, and there they now saw, she saw Remi and Osas with the son. Then everything just came, no, the memory just came rushing back. Then she started thinking, why does this their son look so much like my dead son? Like, what is happening? Could it be that, oh, he's my child? Could it be that I miscarried their own egg? Then there was just a lot. There was a lot of what if. Then I don't know, I think she kind of sought legal advice, and she pressed charges against the Adenirons, that's the Osas and Remi. She said, oh, that the child is her own, blah 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 blah. Like, how can you be a surrogate mother? Somebody's egg was implanted inside your uterus. How can you now say that, oh, their child is yours? So it was now the battle of, okay, so talo lomo bai, who can get this pikin? So they were in court. There was a lot of back and forth about the whole thing. Adunia Day was Remi's elder sister, so she was one that played their lawyer. Well, they had a good case. What's her name? Kemi, also played by Kehinde Bankole. She had her own case on her own part. She alleged that, oh, at the point where the egg was about 4 weeks, she miscarried it, and she had sex with her husband at that time. So it was her own egg that she later gave to them. She didn't know, apparently. She didn't know that she miscarried Osas' egg. Do you understand? So as at the point she had sex with her husband, she got pregnant. So she was thinking, oh, it was still that same pregnancy that was that same egg that was implanted in her that grew to be the boy. That was the reason why she actually gave them the boy as per the agreement. But when they went to court, a lot of information surfaced. It was there in the contract that she cannot meet with her husband 4 weeks after the implantation of the egg in her uterus, which she said that, oh, it was after that 4 weeks that she slept with her husband, blah 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 blah. So even their gynecologist was called to the stand to, you know, shed more light on this whole issue. So he was asked if it was possible for Kemi to have miscarried Osas' egg in the first place. Then what's the possibility of her getting pregnant at that same time? So the gynecologist said, oh, that it is possible for, you know, for her to have miscarried Osas' egg, and for her to also be pregnant at the same time, but the chances are slim, but it's like probability. this story wasn't easy. Like it was so deep. Like thank God for the contract they had, and at the long run everything was pointing to Kemi as the boy's mom. But then again, looking at how far Osas has been with the son, and what the child has been accustomed to, the standard of living, knowing Osas and Kunle as his parents, like it would be difficult for him to be in another environment. And also the court ruled in Osas and Kunle favor that she, as a judge, she has seen a lot of cases. As a family judge per se, she has seen a lot of cases, but she has never come across this particular one, because this one is so peculiar. Every evidence is pointing to Kemi as the son's mother. But then again, looking at it, Osas has invested so much into this boy. Like, who would have thought? That's the only person she thought was a child. And as she was going all this tribulation, her mother-in-law wasn't making it easy at all. They tried to make this whole this court case a secret from her. Do you understand? But I don't know how she got the wind of it, and she started calling the boy a bastard, always raining curses and abusive words on Osas, making her feel less a woman just because she couldn't carry a child, blah 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 blah. At that point, she was always using Okpeyemi Ayola, which is her own sister, as a reference. Like, oh, I carried my own child, which is your husband. Look at my sister, she also carried her own children. That one gave birth to twins. She also carried her own children. Look at you, you are a failed mother, you are a failed this, you are a failed that. It was at that point that Okpeyemi couldn't just even take it again, and she was like, auntie, stop it, I also gave birth through surrogacy. And everyone was like, da 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 da. Shafi Bello was dumbfounded. She was like, no, I can understand if you want to, talk about this, talk about that, but no, that's not true. And Okpeyemi stated her case and said, no, auntie, I actually gave birth to my twin children through surrogacy, because at that point in time, my uterus couldn't carry the baby. I was always miscarrying. So that is the reason why me and my husband had to tell everybody that I was going for my master's in the US, and my husband followed me. A white woman actually carried my children for me, and that was it. And that was the turnaround she needed to actually accept Osas for everything she stood for. Even at that moment, Osas said she lost it. She was like, no, this is the end of it. I'm not taking this no more. You've always talked down on me from day one. I'm not going to take this. You are a mother, but I have been more than a mother to my son that you have been to your children. I'm like, what? And she was there. She was like, oh, so you're there. Look at your wife, Shatika. Back to the main cocoa of the thing is, the story is actually very interesting. Like, I wish you guys, I don't know if I'm doing justice to this whole storyline, but it's so interesting, and it was an eye-opener. Like, it was an eye-opener, guys. Okay, so fast forward to the end of the movie. Shisha apologized, Shafi Bello, that's our mother-in-law, she apologized to Osas for all her wrongdoings, all the name calling, for not accepting her for who she is, and for whatever and for all the things she has said in generally to batter her emotionally and everything. And that was it. So she followed them to court the day the judgment was coming up, and it was hilarious. I swear, nobody does that in real court. Like, they would always interject. Like, if the opposing counsel is saying something like, oh, this evidence points to the fact that Kemi is the mother of so person's son, they will stand up and interject and say, it is a lie, what do you mean? I'm like, me as a lawyer, I've been to court, I'm always in court, like, I've never seen this play out. So no, this, okay, I think that was just supposed to be the comic relief of the whole thing, which wasn't bad, because the judge was always, counsel, caution your client, I am going to charge them for content. I'm like, oh shit. No, that part that was a comic film and I really enjoyed it. So the court later gave custody of the son to Osas and Kunle, that until the son reaches so age, so he can decide whosoever he wants to be with, and that was it. Okay, so back to the message of the movie. First of all, I think the story sheds light about older women marrying younger guys, because Osas was older, like 2 years older than Koleremi in the movie, and the mother-in-law was always pointing that out, like making her and Kunle see the reason why she can't bear him a child, because she's older than him. And Kunle fought against all odds, always standing up for her, saying, no, you can't say this about my wife, you can't say that about my wife, this is what the situation is like. So he was always there fighting for her. Only if you have men that would always stand for their wife against their mom, not against their mom, but then again, when your mom is saying some things that are not true about your wife, regardless of the age difference or the age gap, which I feel is even irrelevant in this issue, because love, they say, conquers all, right? So that's, they shed light about that and the acceptance of the old age difference and all. Then the second issue I think the movie shed light on was intertribal marriage. Yes, Osas was Igbo, Koleremi was Yoruba, and the mother-in-law is always looking for a way to bring that out. Oh, I'm a Igbo, I'm a Igbo, I'm a Igbo, making it seem as if you, a Yoruba man marrying an Igbo girl, is actually it shed light on intertribal marriage and the reason why it is not a problem, you know, once you can understand each other's language. The third thing is the IVF and the surrogacy thing. Like, it just shows, it goes to show that a lot of people think they know about IVF and surrogacy, which they don't. It was evident in the movie because the mother-in-law was always, you know, kicking against it. She even went as far as saying, God forbid, she would never have another woman carry her son's child, because he's obviously married. And okay, for those that do not know what IVF is or surrogacy, IVF is in vitro fertilization. That is IVF. Surrogacy means that another person would, you know, carry your own child for you, in simple terms, which means they would harvest a female egg which will be fertilized by the man's sperm. Then it would be implanted in the surrogate mother's uterus, so she is the one that would then carry, the egg would grow in her, so she is the one that would carry it to term. So term means she's the one that will birth the child. Then once she's done, she's going to give the baby to Enitolomo. Okay, so that's just how it works. Okay, a lot of people are battling infertility, which could be as a result of different things, not always the fact that, oh, maybe the person had a lot of youthful exuberance and probably the person had aborted plenty children, blah 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 blah. Contrary to popular opinion, there are a lot of women that cannot carry their own child, not because they've had a lot of abortion, but because of the fact that their womb is actually weak, or their uterus is weak, and they're suffering from secondary infertilization, if that makes sense. Primary infertilization is the fact that, oh, that person cannot, you know, is not fertile. Secondary infertilization is the fact that, oh, this person can actually get pregnant, but the person cannot birth the child. The person would still miscarry, if that makes sense. I hope I'm not speaking a lot of medical gibberish. Okay, so that's just in simple terms. I'm not a doctor, I'm just a lawyer. Okay, so that's it. Like I was saying, a lot of women are out there that they can't, you know, they're having problems with infertilization, which could be as a result of a lot of things. It could be as a result of damaged womb, weak uterus, fibroid, infection. Some people call it toilet disease, infection. So there are different reasons why people are infertile, and in this age and time, I don't think it's a problem because science has provided so many solutions to infertility. So one of them is IVF. A lot of people even do IVF and still get to carry their child themselves. I know a couple of cases like that. And well, I've not seen the case of a surrogate mother before, but of course we hear about them and we see a lot of it in movies and all. So I don't think it's a bad idea if somebody cannot carry, you know, their egg themselves. Would it make sense for somebody to just carry it for you at this age and time where people are even so particular about their body, what their stomach should feel like, what their bum should feel like and all? Like, I'm sure some people are out there just thinking, oh, okay, I don't even have infertility problem, but then again, I don't think I can carry this pregnancy. Maybe I should just pay so person to carry it. So I don't think it's a... So let's just note that a woman has not failed just because she's not a Hebrew woman, like they say. There is IVF. If she cannot get pregnant, then somebody else should be able to carry for her. And I think that is the most important message this movie actually passed across. Like, the world is a global village now. Science is even doing a lot of things we thought were not possible before. So calling somebody a failed woman just because she can't carry her child is just a low blow, and I think that matter should just be put to rest. I feel so good watching this movie. It was interesting, it was intriguing, it was educative, it was informative and whatnot. So guys, watch this movie and I'm sure you would really enjoy it. I don't know if I actually even did justice to the, you know, to the storytelling and the issues. One other issue which I think the movie also shed light on was the issue of always having a contract for every occasion. Like, whatever situation you are getting yourself in, please just consult a lawyer. Consult a lawyer before you start hearing stories that touches the heart. Okay, look at the issue of this, oh, I'm the owner of the child, you are the owner of the child. What if Osas and Kemi didn't have like a full-blown contract as regards this? It would have been, you know, the reverse would have been the case. The child would have actually ended with Kemi. Let's just forget the fact that what's Kenny. You understand? So the contract helped them to even get the verdict, because the contract showed that, oh, this was when the contract started. It was stated for a particular amount. She was not supposed to have sex with her husband within this period, which she claimed that she did not. Like, do you guys understand? So the contract succinctly explained everything in details and all the things she went against in the contracts, which actually worked for them. So if you are getting yourself into any form of business, please always consult a lawyer. Yeah, right here, always consult a lawyer, and girl, you're gonna be good. So that's it for this video. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and okay. Okay, so let me know if you enjoyed what I just, you know, explained. Even though I was here and there, I'm sure you guys picked one or two there. So if you enjoyed my story, if you enjoyed the movie, if you are influenced by this video to go and watch the movie, please drop same in the comment section, and you can watch the movie and also come back here to drop comments down below. I would go through them and I would reply accordingly. So till I come, hey, before I go, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please, what's your gain in this life? Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button down below, share my video, and also put on your notification bell. Don't forget. So till I come your way again, I remain Alima, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.